Hello, hello, hello. I am Krista Nicole Mann, and I help Black women find their true authenticity through all things creative. And I am back on today. How is everyone doing? I am back on with an important topic, and I wanted to do this before the month ends because this month is actually Minority Mental Health Month. And I had just did a live yesterday about the whole pick me women culture and navigating healing and navigating validation. So I wanted to continue with more so of mental health related, um, just a conversation only for information purposes only. I am not a psychologist or therapist, but I am going to share some of my thoughts and opinions on why mental health is still a major stigma in our community. We have made, when I say our community, I say Black women, even Black men. It's still a stigma of, should I do this? Should I not? I don't really want people to know that I have issues lingering. I just want them to know who I am now. And that you see that a lot in our community. And I want to just give some insight on what I feel should what I feel is the major factors of why it's still a stigma, and then also some of the things that I've experienced that kind of contributes to Black women's mental health needing attention, because there's always roots to different problems or issues in our community. There's always roots, and it's like I'm like, now we need to get to the root of this stuff. We have to stop being so surface when it comes to mental health. So today that's what I want to talk about. So mental health has been a popular topic these past couple of years because of the pandemic. And that was a high time, and I'm being very sarcastic, but that was a different time that most of us women, I want to say 26 and up, whoever's like, and a full adult, and maybe to, I want to say like early 40s, we never really dealt with something to that extent. Other than like 9/11, things like that. But when it comes to the world shutting down, we just didn't experience that. And I don't want to go too far into that being something, because that's not really what direction I was going in. But I wanted to just give a precursor to a lot of people recognize that in general in the world, recognize that they had a lot of stuff. They had a lot of things going on. They had structured, molded, and shaped their world or lives based off of things that they just didn't realize before. And I think a lot of us had that deep rooted reflection. But there's some that did something about it, and then there's some that didn't do anything about it, and they kind of just waited for the pandemic to be over. And you see a lot of people back to what they used to do or how they used to do things. And um it's very interesting times right now. And so what I think contributes to a lot of Black women's mental health is, one, we definitely are trained and taught to carry a lot of on our load. Like, we carry a lot of things as Black women. We want to help everyone. We want to solve everyone's problems. Even when we're on a job, we'll go above and beyond to make sure, our company that we're working for, excels, and, the other people around us excel. And it's not a bad thing, but we do tend to do that without people telling us. And so we come in with this like motherly role. We want to nurture, and which could be a gift and a curse, right? Because and sometimes, like in some instances, people need that. They actually need to be nurtured. I feel like a lot of times people just don't have that at home, or they just don't have friends like that. And then that you meet a Black woman and you're like, I have been missing this my whole life. And so we're good at that. We're good at giving other people what they need, but we're not good at giving us what we need. And this is where you see a lot of disparities, because we will forget about ourselves and we'll pour, and then we have nothing left for what we need. And I think a lot of times with me navigating in this world, I have forgotten about myself. And I just didn't really set aside time to figure out, what does Kristen want? What do I need? What do I, what is going on with me? Why do I have a headache? Why do I not eat when I'm supposed to? So, and we have a troll on, but I don't know if she means this, but she said, Black women lead the way in killing unborn children. The most dangerous place for a Black child is in the womb. I'm glad you brought this up, Tarek Destroyer, because I'm going to get to that. Now, there are a lot of talks about abortion, about women's rights in general right now. And then these statistics are actually right. They're right. But when it comes to when we make decisions such as what you just brought up, there are Black women that are put in situations where we just don't feel like sometimes, that we could have a child because, first of all, our circumstances. A lot of Black women are not making a lot of money right now. They weren't back then. They weren't, in the 90s, 80s. I called you that because I don't know if you were going that direction, but I do appreciate your comments. I'm not doing this video for you to say that I'm not aware of these statistics. I actually am, but this video is not just about abortion. So anyway, there are a lot of circumstances that Black women are in by choice, and then there's some not by choice. So when you look at the disparities that we have, we're low when it comes to income. We're low when it comes to having full-blown families. We don't have marriages. We don't have, a lot of people are I'm gonna block this person because I just want to show y'all what is out here. I didn't even start this video like this, but I just want to show y'all how rude people are, especially when I'm trying to educate. So I'm gonna block this person. So anyways, back to what I was saying. You have various situations going on when it comes to our mental health. And like I said, we automatically gravitate towards nurturing and being that mother role. Now, we also sometimes there's a disconnect with how our childhood was and how we show up in the world. So a lot of our childhood, I have a lot of trolls today. Soon you'll be blaming white men for Black genocide. I don't know how y'all are coming on here. I'm not talking about none of the stuff y'all are talking about. I'm not bashing white men or women. So I just am going to show this because this is going to stay on YouTube. So I'm gonna block you too. Um, this world is wicked, man. So we have a lot of things. And I plead the blood of Jesus over my life right now. Any trolls, anything that's trying to disrupt what is going on. I am going to continue to show the wickedness, the evilness that's in this world, but I'm not gonna let y'all get to me and think that I can't say what I'm gonna say. So I thought I blocked this person. Maybe I gotta go on my phone. Let me go on my phone and block these people from my video. But yeah, it's a lot going on. So one of the things that I really want to talk about without the trolls going on, I want to share that we do, as Black women, we need to start taking care of ourselves. We really do, because there is a time and place for us to show up and do the work and grind and hustle and do all those things. But in the same token, we do all those things and sometimes leave our dreams, goals, and aspirations behind, such as like getting married, having kids in a healthy manner, mending, relationships like toxic family relationships. We don't really put that as a priority. And then as Black women circle like friendships, we don't really encourage each other as well to pay attention to our health, our mental health. Hey, check this book out. Or hey, if you can't afford going to therapy, if you can't afford going to a psychologist, maybe just look at this on YouTube. Like there's different things that could take place where we can encourage each other to actually take a look into what is rooted that's holding us back. There's a lot of things. Okay, Terra Destroyer, I'm gonna have to block. I don't know why this is not blocking you, but you're doing a lot. I'm just gonna, you can say whatever. Anyways, I am a Black woman. I love being a Black woman. None of these comments can discourage me from what I'm called to do. I don't care if you think I'm stupid. I don't care. But I'm going to show all these clips on TikTok so that you can be shown to the world. Because I feel like every time Black women encourage each other, we have these people, just like you're seeing in the comment section, come against us and just do things that are wicked and evil. So I don't know why this person is even on my stuff. Yeah. So anyways, I am going to go on with what I was doing. But I just wanted to get on and say, like, we have to do better in encouraging each other as women to go to the doctor, to, go to psychologists, therapists, to have community, a sense of community that will steer you in the right direction. And so yesterday I talked a lot about like roots of stuff that I've been getting healed from. And, it's empowering. It's actually empowering for you to take the time out to heal and be put yourself in a position to be open to maybe some things that are ugly, like, about yourself. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage, and you don't want to miss out on that. Like, you just don't. I mean, we have the time and opportunity to do a lot of things that other countries, I'm in the Western world, America to be specific. We have a lot of freedom to do certain things that other countries may not when it comes to being a woman. And right now, a lot of the topics that's coming across is like the trad wife movement. So there's some good things and there's some bad things. So trad is short for traditional wife. There's a lot of women in uproar about traditional wives, their role, not sure why, but then there's a lot of good talk about this traditional wife role. So there's a lot of chatter right now about what's right, what's wrong. Your opinion doesn't matter. Your As y'all can see today, like I had people, I don't even know how they got to my page, but there's always going to be someone that disagrees with you. And sometimes as Black women, we don't really like that. We always sometimes want to be right. And even like, I think that has to go with us not approaching each other and really like getting each other in tip top shape, because we are afraid of what that person will say or how they will receive it. And I had a lot of, experiences like this where you just want to comment on something you think is a whole well-rounded conversation, but that person doesn't receive what you're saying, and you get kind of discouraged with that. And that's not everyone, but that's a lot of like Black women per se. They've had to really make a lot of decisions for themselves. They the mom and daughter situation, maybe I'll do a live on that. That's actually a thing in the Black community where mother and daughter, relationships, sometimes they're not healthy. And so oh gosh, how do you get this person off my thing? Like, oh my gosh. I really got like a bully. Um, Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. I think that's gonna work. Yeah. Yep. All right. So you have a lot of things going on, so we have to do better with some of the things that I just brought up. And then moving forward, a lot of education needs to take place. This is a conversation that has to be ongoing when it comes to mental health. It has to be ongoing. It cannot just be one time we discuss it, or there's one time panel. It has to be ongoing because there's different perspectives of what mental health should be. And there's different, things that will transpire within one person's life. And then, another person may be going through, another woman may be going through something else. So I personally, I have made it a priority to have better people around me in general. And this is why I could show up and be courageous in showing up and talking about this stuff here, because the support factor. A lot of us just need to support each other when it comes to this mental health space. It doesn't mean you have to hire someone tomorrow for your problems or issues, but just take baby steps. There's a bunch of people doing this work out here, and I don't want people to feel like they are alone, because you're not alone. There are struggles and everything that we go through. Now, the one person that brought up the abortion, where it's a root to that. You get what I mean? Like, it's a whole root to that. So when you have these things looking at surface base, like, okay, now you have to question, why are Black women the highest to get abortions? Why do we feel like we need to jump to that as the solution? Sometimes that's deeply rooted in your family, your DNA. Sometimes pop culture, culture in general, that will influence you to do that. And you won't think nothing is wrong with that. I thankfully had it's pretty ironic because I started taking a entrepreneurship class with someone that had an abortion and told that as their testimony, and I just kept following the person, and now they have a whole ministry called Covered by God, Tiffany Montgomery, and she's an example of you doing something so brutal that God turned it out for his good. And so when we take a look at these things, just because you may have a little anxiety, depression, oppression, some things that are just based as mental health, you don't have shame about it. I would encourage you not to have shame about it. You actually can talk to someone about what you're dealing with. Tell someone, call someone up first and say, look, I don't feel right. Something is imbalanced. I've been feeling like this for the past couple of days. And you can, let it out. You can release it, journal, um do like some creative outlets, such as like, I hate to say painting, but it sounds so cliche, but painting, you could do drawing, you could have a notebook of doodling, just start small, start simple, because the big task at hand, honestly, you're never gonna not have any mental health anything because of so many things that we specifically in America we go through. It's just some stuff you can't dodge. But there are a lot of things that you can dodge. So I hope this encouraged you today, minus, who was on here, because I'm going to keep showing up. And I really encourage you to look into what is out there right now about Minority Health Month, Mental Health Month, because education is important. Educate yourself about these things and then find out a solution to move forward. I may come back and give maybe a network of Black psychologists, therapists. Maybe I'll bring my friend on for a deeper conversation about this. But I hope that you get the help that you need and you don't be shameful about it. Okay. So, y'all have a blessed day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, make sure you follow my YouTube channel, Kristen Nicole Man, and you can follow me on here. And you can get my book, Still Learning, in my description, and so many other things that are going on my TikTok, Kristen Nicole Man. And I thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.